Hi, this is Islamic Dad here. If you enjoy this channel, please subscribe. It does help me out. Today I'm going to do a video on going into the driver's seat. I may have already done a video on this. That's fine. It's a good topic. So you may find yourself in a situation in your relationship or even dating where your spidey sense starts tingling. Maybe your gut is kind of trying to tell you something. Your intuition tells you that there's just something a bit off, but you can't really put your finger on anything specific. One thing you can do in those type of situations is what I call just getting in the passenger seat. So, move yourself to the, passenger seat, so to speak, and just basically stop being the one to make dates. Stop being the one to make plans. Stop being the one to initiate texts. Stop being the one to initiate, say, flirting or initiate emotional, topics. Just put yourself in the passenger seat, lean back and just enjoy the ride and see where your partner goes with that. And it can be telling. If your partner is motivated, you will find that they will pick up the slack. They will start, scheduling dates. They will initiate, text with you. They will bring up topics that have emotional content. They will continue to flirt with you, and everything's good. I mean, at that point, you can just kind of say, okay, I was worried about something that obviously really isn't there because I sat in the passenger seat and my partner just picked up all the slack and is putting in the effort and is driving the relationship along, driving it forward. And there wasn't even a lull or anything, no speed bumps, no lull, everything's great. And at that point, just be glad that you got a good one. That person is a keeper. Conversely, if you have a situation where you go in the passenger seat and you kind of like disengage from stuff, your partner may not just immediately pick up the slack and, start driving the relationship, but maybe after a period of time, maybe a couple of days, I hope not a couple of weeks, your partner may come to you and say, hey, is everything okay with you? Because you just seem a little off and I'm kind of worried about you. You're really low energy. This isn't really the old you, and this just kind of concerning, and I'm just kind of worried about you and I just want to check in. That's a good sign. That's a good sign, because that shows that your partner, while they didn't like take over and start driving the relationship, is in tune enough with you and the relationship that when something changed, they knew it, they felt it. And not only that, but they said, okay, I care about this person, I care about this relationship. I'm going to reach out to them and talk to them and ask them, hey, are you okay? What's going on? Is everything good with you and me, etc.? So if your partner reaches out to you and has that conversation with you, that's a good sign too. Honestly, again, like in that situation, give them a tight hug, just, get back in the driver's seat, because it sounds like they're just not comfortable there. But just say, hey, I was just kind of checked out for a bit, but I'm back now. And make sure you stay with them, because again, that person's a keeper if they reach out to you and check in with you when you've kind of like disengaged. Now the bad outcome, you disengage, you're in the passenger seat, and your partner doesn't take over. They don't get in the driver's seat, so they're not scheduling dates. They're not inviting you over. They're not texting, they're not initiating text conversations. They're not talking about anything with emotional content. Their texts are dry, like, oh, it's 75 degrees. Oh, okay. The football team, local football team, won the game. okay. I mean, if your partner like doesn't do anything to pick up the slack after you've kind of disengaged and got in the passenger seat, and it's been weeks or a week, weeks, hopefully not months, and your partner has not reached out and checked in on you and been like, hey, what is up with you? You're not acting like your old self. Is everything okay? You feel, just kind of off. Like, are we still good? Is something going on? Do you want to talk about anything? Like, if your partner just doesn't reach out to have that conversation with you after you've gotten in the passenger seat, then your intuition, your spidey sense was right. Something is wrong. I mean, obviously, when you've taken out the effort that you were putting in to keep the relationship moving forward, and your partner just lets the relationship come to a complete standstill and just stop in the middle of the road because you were the one driving it, and they are not going to put any effort into keeping things going, and they're not going to put any effort into reaching out to you and saying, hey, are you okay? Then at that point you have a tough decision to make. I mean, obviously you can just swallow your pride and say, well, this is better than nothing, and get back in the driver's seat and drive the relationship forward again, knowing that you have a partner that is basically checked out, and you just kind of had to do this in order to find that out or to confirm it. Also, the other option is you realize that this person is not going to put any effort or anything into keeping the relationship moving forward. They're not going to reach out to you to check on you, to ask how you're doing, or to say, hey, what's changed? I really like the relationship we have, but this is like not working. If they're just not even going to like bring up the issue, it's because they don't care. They don't care enough to get in the driver's seat and move it forward. And they don't care enough to even reach out and have a conversation with you about how things have changed. I mean, and in my opinion, at that point, the relationship's basically dead. And it's just a matter of you can drive a dead relationship around, or you can exit and find someone else that wants to be a good passenger. So hopefully this video has been helpful. Thanks.